This whole area was a light industrial area that was part of the boom of post-World War II in St. Louis. Most of the buildings in this area were 1 and 2 stories. Most of them had all sorts of what we now call environmental problems, oil tanks, gas tanks, various kinds of environmental hazards. And basically the area had been somewhat abandoned, maybe starting in 1980 until 2000. This area was pretty rough. Lots of chain link fences, a lot of signs saying no trespassing, weeds growing everywhere, broken windows, etc. And the core Cortex area, that we started with was just about 200 acres of properties like that. And we've expanded a little bit since then outside of that 200 acres. But every site has turned into a challenge because there's always something on the site that wasn't shown on the title or any of the legal work. And, lots and lots of oil tanks. We're building this new building next door, and they found that there were 2 vaults in the basement that nobody knew about, and we're guessing that they were used for chemical storage of, big 50-gallon tanks, but nobody knew about them. One of our real scares when we started was it was thought that we found on one of the first sites an Indian burial ground, which would have stopped the project cold for at least 2 years. It turned out that it wasn't an Indian burial ground. It was just a sort of homeless citizen city old burial ground. So we got over that pretty quickly. But we got very worried there for a little bit that we had come into another Cahokia Mounds. So lots of problems in developing the ground, which is one of the purposes of Cortex. When you're trying to attract people in here to bring employees and to develop buildings, etc., they don't want sites where they have to work out these problems. One of the roles that Cortex plays is that we'll work out the problem for them.